Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be all about these new luxury high-end foundations. We've had a lot launching in the last few months and I've been trying them all out, testing them in all weather conditions, sometimes all at once. So I'm ready to share my thoughts. Which of these is worth picking up? Do any of them deserve your hard-earned coins? Or are they all worth skipping and there is something better out there for you? I'm going to be sharing all of the information and my thoughts and experiences and ranking of these 6 new luxury base products. So without further ado, let's get started. My goodness, it's been a busy few weeks for foundations, hasn't it? Foundations and skin tints have been dropping like hot potatoes and I've been catching them, so you don't have to. So we've had the new Makeup by Mario Natural Finish Foundation. We've had the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Foundation. We've had the YSL All Hours Glow Foundation. We have had the Tom Ford Architecture Radiance Foundation. We've had the Armani Skin Tint and we've had the Gucci Glow Skin Tint. So these are the 6 foundations slash base products that we are going to be talking about today. I've been trying all of these out, testing them out, getting all of my thoughts together. We've had every type of weather here over the last few weeks. We've had glorious sunshine like today. We've had rainstorms, thunder and lightning, freezing cold, dewy days and hot, humid days and everything in between. Most of the time, I'm not sure whether to get my jumpers out of my winter wardrobe or whether I should be getting my bikinis back out. I don't know. Probably both. But the good news about that is that if you're trying to test out foundations, how they wear, how they hold up, that is the perfect circumstances because we've covered it all within the space of a couple of weeks. Okay, so let's start off with a close-up look at each of these products and their information and claims. Starting us off, we have the Armani Skin Tint. This will set you back £37 for 30 mils and is available in 20 shades, and it has a pump and a pull-off cap, the typical sort of skin tint packaging. So this claims to offer a golden hour radiant healthy look with 24 hours of hydration and weightless wear, a light to medium buildable coverage, undetectable and suitable for all skin types, and I will pop up the ingredients list for each of these products as we go along so you can check for anything that you do not like the look of. Next up we have the Gucci Glow Skin Tint. This will set you back £41 for 40 mils and is available in the same number of shades as the Armani, which is 20. This features a twist off cap and nozzle. And this claims to be a skincare-based formula including multi-weight hyaluronic acid, providing all-day hydration. Claims also to improve skin texture and provide skin with a healthy-looking glow over time. Lightweight, buildable coverage that feels like a second skin. Worth noting that you do get 10 extra mils in comparison to the Armani, who've been very stingy. Typically with a skin tint or a tinted moisturiser, we do see a few extra mils for Armani, at least 35. 40 is a really nice amount and they've squeezed it into actually a slightly smaller component. So what's your excuse, Armani? Stingy. Next up we have the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Foundation, and this will set you back £47 for 30 mils and is available in a whopping 52 shades. This comes with a pull-off cap and pump. So the Natasha Denona foundation claims to feature a medium buildable self-setting formula, a radiant serum foundation for all skin types with skincare benefits that claim to even skin tone, balance excess oil and reduce visible signs of aging with up to 18 hours of wear, and it has a radiant blurring finish. Next up we have the YSL All Hours Glow foundation, which will set you back £42 for 30 mils, available in 40 shades, and we get a pump with this one too. So the All Hours Glow foundation claims to offer a weightless formula that provides buildable coverage with a second skin glow finish. High coverage, life-proof formula, long-lasting, flawless, radiant complexion, and skincare enriched. So the skincare ingredients we're talking about here is mostly hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, so it claims to be a hydrating, comfortable foundation also. Next up we have the Makeup by Mario Natural Finish foundation, which will set you back £42 for 30 mils is available in 32 shades. Again, we have a pull-off cap and a pump. And the claims of this foundation are pretty simple, which makes for a nice change. So we've got a natural finish foundation with weightless medium coverage, smoothing and blurring for a second skin effect, all day shine control and 16 hours of hydration. And finally, we have the Tom Ford Architecture Radiance foundation. This will set you back £76 for 30 mils of product and is available in 40 shades. By far the most expensive foundation we're going to talk to you about today, and it does come with a pump. So the claims of this one are that it offers a medium to full coverage with a luminous lit from within finish. The only foundation that we've got today with SPF, and this has SPF 50 in it, very high SPF for a foundation. Sweat and humidity resistant, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, water resistant, oil controlling, maintaining a dewy plump look all day while feeling lightweight. So now we've heard what the brands say about these foundations, but what do I say? Because frankly, that's much more important. So I thought what I would do today is rank these products from the least to the most liked, and I'll tell you my experience about each of them as we go. So in last place, coming in 6th place, I always feel slightly guilty about this. I don't think it can hear me, but we're going with the Armani Skin Tint. It's backwards, and that just says it all. It's why you're in last place. So here's the thing about the skin tint. There's just nothing exciting or great or special about this. And in this day and age, in 2025, you can't bring mediocre products to us. We've seen it all. We've been through a lot. We've tried and tested a lot of products. So you can't be mediocre. We're never going to use you, okay? You've got to give us something that's a bit special, a bit exciting, a bit different, a bit wow. And this, I feel like just nothing about it wows me. It's an average skin tint. It has quite a light sheer coverage. To get above a sort of really sheer coverage, you do a lot of building. I find it really doesn't have much glow to it whatsoever, despite it sort of having these claims of being, you know, a glowy, radiant finish. It's actually quite a flatter, duller looking finish to the skin, which I really don't appreciate. And its biggest issue that I had with this is the way that this wears. I spoke about this in my monthly roundup. You know, I got caught in a little bit of drizzle while I was wearing this, and it literally left tracks down my face. Like I had rivulets on my skin where it had just left the building, and it wasn't like it was hammering down rain. I hadn't even bothered to go inside. It was that sort of lighter rain, and it just disappeared. So I can't be friends with you. It was the worst one I've tried out of all 6 of these. Just nothing special or great or exciting about it. It's just never going to get used among some much more exciting skin tints. And I'm sure you're going to be asking me, Charlotte, what are the exciting skin tints? My favourite skin tints that are far better than the Armani, the Lisa Eldridge, the Milk Makeup, the Hourglass Tinted Moisturiser. I love the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh tint. I, by the way, don't need like a high amount of coverage from a skin tint. I understand that, you know, it is a lighter coverage, but it is very, very sheer. So it's not, you know, along the lines of the Lisa Eldridge that you can get a bit more coverage out of, or the Milk Makeup, the Hourglass, that all could sort of have a light medium coverage. It's pretty much sheer, almost in line with like the Chanel Water Fresh Beige, which I love. So there are, you know, sheer like base products that I really enjoy. That's just not one of them, is what I'm saying. In 5th place, we have our first foundation. So my least favourite foundation of those that I've tried, new in the last month or so, and it's the YSL All Hours Glow foundation. I've been so disappointed by you. You little twink. Again, I spoke briefly about my disillusion with this foundation in my monthly roundup. Don't put the word glow in the name of a foundation if it doesn't have some. That's false advertising, and I don't want to have to sue you. But I will. I'm going to start doing that every time I get falsely told that a foundation is glowy and it is not. We're going to court. So that's my biggest issue here. Again, a bit like the Armani skin tint, there's just nothing exciting about this. It's got a sort of medium coverage. It's not especially flattering. It's not especially kind to texture. It really doesn't have much glow whatsoever. It's kind of a natural finish. And even then, not even on the glowier side of natural. It looks a bit heavy, it looks a bit makeup-y. There's just nothing particularly great about it. So again, I like this barely more than I do the Armani. I will say that it wears slightly better. So, and the packaging as well, it's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite packagings that I've seen as far as foundation, but you can't just be pretty on the outside. You've actually got to be a good product, which I'm not going to say you're not, but it's just not for me. It just didn't knock my socks off. I really had high hopes for that. I thought it was going to be really beautiful and glowy and exciting, and it just left me feeling a bit sad and dejected. Next up, in fourth place, we have the Gucci Glow Skin Tint. Again, you're back to front. What is your problem? I love this packaging. For a skin tint, I think this is really beautiful packaging. Typically, they give us this, squeezy tube, which I'm not allergic to, but I do like a glass bottle. But at the same time, I understand that skin tints, tinted moisturizers typically have this more tube-like packaging, if you will. And it does make it very good for travel. It does help you get every last drop out. Would I prefer a glass bottle? Sure, but I understand it. So this definitely has a glowier finish than the Armani, and I also would say it definitely has a bit more coverage. There's a bit more sort of substance to it. I kind of would love at least a light coverage from these types of products, at least if you build it up. I don't mind them being sheer to begin with, because of course that's what some people want from a skin tint. So it's nice that it will start off sheer, but I need it to build to a light coverage at least. And this definitely gets to a light coverage. It's got a really pretty luminous finish to it, which I really enjoyed. What I didn't love about this one is that I don't find this very flattering on texture. I really felt like it looked fresh and glowy, but it really felt like it was emphasizing my texture, and I don't have a huge amount of texture, not to brag or anything, but someone could have a lot more texture to their skin than me, and this is really not going to sit well on that texture, given that, my skin is looking pretty good, pretty decent right now, and it was really showing everything there was to show. Worse than if I had bare skin, which is not your job, okay? You're supposed to improve things, not make them worse. So for that reason, it's quite low down. Like I said, I do prefer it over the Armani because it does have that glow and that fresher, hydrated feel to the skin that the whole reason I would like to use a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer for some nice hydration to the skin on a day where I'm not doing a lot of makeup. This gives me that nice, light, hydrated, fresh feel, but I just don't find it the most flattering on textured areas, textured skin, lines, fine lines, anything like that. I feel like it was just like shouting about them. Shh. Now in third place, it's the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam foundation. What an improvement from her previous foundation for me personally. I love this bottle for a start. I think it's beautiful, gorgeous, feels luxurious and high-end. I love the cap. It's something a little different color-wise that is easy to spot in the drawer, and I think it's amazing that we've got 52 shades, the highest number of shades across the board with all these foundations we're speaking about today. This is one that it's not my personal preference or cup of tea in what I look for in a foundation, but I can really appreciate all of the good about this foundation. This is a sort of full glam, full beat type of foundation. It does, I feel, pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. So it's not like this one who's lied to me and claimed to be glowy but is not, or like the Armani that claims to have a light coverage but really is very sheer. This one gives you exactly what it says it's going to do, no more, no less. It's a very long wearing foundation. I've worn this on really long, tough weather days, and it's been flawless start to finish for a long, long time, 10, 11, 12 hours, perfect. It's very smooth, blurring, soft focus. It has, like I said, a high coverage, but it does look a little glam for me, a little high coverage, a little full glam, full beat, a little makeup-y for what I personally prefer. But it is a very good full coverage, glam, natural finish foundation that will not let you down. Very long wearing, full beat, flattering, smoothing, blurring, holds up to pretty much everything that you could throw at it. One side note is I don't find it to be transfer proof. I took my jumper off while I was wearing this the other day and I was careful, okay? I was the whole, and I tried to get it off without touching, but it just sort of skimmed like my chin and it was covered in foundation, like an inch of foundation was left on that jumper. I was careful. So bear that in mind. It's not transfer proof in my opinion, but it is otherwise very, very long wearing, solid foundation, got a lot going for it. It's just not my preference for a finishing coverage. And in second place we have the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. Quite a pleasant surprise. I spoke about this in my Will I Buy It, and I was kind of unsure as to whether I would even bother to try this because I didn't love his previous foundation, which is on paper more, for me, you know, it's supposed to be the glowier finish foundation. So I thought if I didn't love his glowy foundation, I'm not going to love his natural finish foundation because I should like the glowier foundation the most. So I almost didn't try this and I'm so glad I did because I think this is such a nice foundation. Again, gorgeous bottle. I really love the frosted glass, really nice undertones shade range offering here. And this is a really gorgeous, glowy, flattering, natural skin-like texture foundation. It's perhaps got a little less coverage than I expected. I think it starts off quite light coverage and it takes a decent bit of building and a decent amount of product, but it gets to a medium. This is the foundation I'm wearing today, and it's just got this gorgeous, beautiful luminosity to the finish. It's not flat, it's not what I would call even a natural finish, it's more of like a soft radiant finish. So it's not as glowy as some of the foundations that I love, but it does have enough luminosity for me that I appreciate it, enjoy it, and I think it's so much better than the original foundation from Makeup by Mario. It's beautiful, fresh, smoothing, it sits nicely in my lines and it wears really solidly well. It's not as bulletproof as the Natasha Denona, but you are going to get a solid 8 hours of wear. What I noticed with this one is that as we're sort of getting 8 or 9 hours is I'm starting to get a little shiny like in my T-zone. So if you had an oilier skin type or a combo skin where you are producing a lot more oil than my normal balanced skin type does throughout the day, then it's probably going to need a bit of help as far as setting it with powder, setting sprays, primers, things like that. But that's pretty much all that happens at like the 8 hour mark. I'm just noticing my forehead especially is starting to get a little too shiny for my liking, but I think it gives you that fresh, youthful, healthy glow to the skin. It feels lightweight, it doesn't look too heavy or makeup-y, and I really haven't been enjoying it. Which brings us to the winner. So no surprises that it's the Tom Ford Architecture Radiance Foundation. I've got like a sheet of notes here on each of these foundations, and all that I've written for the Tom Ford is perfect, no notes. But you know, I probably should expand. So I have got a full review on this foundation. All of these, I've got a video of somewhere on my channel of me showing the application and demoing them if you want to see it. I think the only one I haven't demoed on camera yet is the Makeup by Mario. So if you want to see this, you know, being applied and close up, then please let me know in the comment section. Everything else, I've got a video showing the application of it. So if you want to see this being applied and in action on the skin, please check my full review of this one. But I feel like this, a similar way to the Natasha Denona, it does exactly everything it claims to do. It's got the most stunning medium natural coverage with the best finish of any foundation that I've ever tried. That was what was always special for me about the Shade and Illuminate foundation that this has now replaced. It's the finish. It's just perfect. So gorgeous and glowy and healthy and plumping. It looks, you know, like I've just come from a very expensive facial. It looks like it could just be my skin, but I've got the best skin anyone's ever seen on earth. Skin-like, natural, but so good at evening everything up without it relying on heavy coverage. You know, it doesn't just cover your whole skin like a mask like the Natasha Denona. It has a really high amount of coverage, so that is really going to even out redness, discoloration, even up skin tone, because you're essentially doing, you know, covering it all. This doesn't just cover everything with a heavy amount of coverage. It evens out with a really thin, light layer. Your skin tone is evened, your redness reduced, your discoloration just tweaked, and yet you can see skin through it. It remains really natural and so flattering. It doesn't emphasize textural lines. It actually really flatters and improves textured areas, fine lines. No dullness ever to have been spoken of before. It's so pretty on the skin. They've made it even better. It's not that it has more coverage, I don't think, than the Shade and Illuminate. It's just you need a lot less product to get the same coverage. I feel like a little goes a longer way with this updated version. It's got the best, most beautiful, gorgeous packaging. It feels luxurious. The fragrance is much more pleasant in this one. It isn't like fragrance free. There is definitely a fragrance, but it's less perfumey and a little more natural to me than the original. So it's less of a sort of unpleasant fragrance. Not as strong, not as heavy, not as painty as the original. I also have fantastic shade matches. The undertones of the Tom Ford shades I find are so natural. They're just perfect for me, winter and summer. So I love that I always have the perfect shade. It's just perfect in every way. I feel like I use a lot less of this foundation than I did with the Shade and Illuminate. And also this is not as thin. The Shade and Illuminate foundation was water thin. This one is just a hair thicker, which means I can apply this with a sponge and get this flawless, gorgeous coverage without losing so much product to my sponge. It's just so beautiful. Like I said at the beginning, perfect, no notes, exactly what I want from a foundation. A natural medium coverage, gorgeous, natural skin-like glow and luminosity that lasts all day. It wears incredibly well for such a glowy foundation. It's lightweight. It feels light and hydrating on the skin. Beautiful packaging. Yes, it is expensive, but it's so much less expensive than the Shade and Illuminate. So I almost feel like it's a bargain now. It feels almost free at this point. So I'm very much appreciative of the price reduction. And to me, it's absolutely worth every penny, because although it is a bit more expensive than the Mario or the Natasha Denona, to me, it's like head and shoulders above them. And therefore I'd much rather save up and invest and wait for a sale or use a cheeky discount and invest in this foundation, because I would be happy to wear this every single day of my life to every occasion, every event. It is so versatile. You can wear this day to day. It doesn't look too much or too heavy or too glam. You can wear this for a night out, an evening, a wedding, because it wears so well. So, you know, it's really like a one foundation to rule them all. And so there you have it. That is my luxury foundations roundup review and ranking, and all of my thoughts on the 6 new base products that I've tried in the last few weeks. So please, as always, let me know all of your thoughts. Have you tried any of these? All of them? Some of them? Please let me know your experience. What are your favorites? What didn't work for you? Please let us know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.